I'll carry on my father's will, and prove that I can be a great king.
Welcome ladies and fellers, my name is Shoal and today we're going to start a new mini-series called Mythical and Legendary Reviews. So in that series we're going to take a look individually at a certain legendary or mythical hero, and we're going to determine whether he is good, worth summoning for, when you should be summoning for him. We're going to take a look if he's good in general, like fodder, PvE, and then we're going to take a look and determine if this unit is worth using in arena and is it worth using in ether raids. And if you plan to do so, how are you going to do that? How are you going to use the unit? So about this video, today we're talking about Legendary Alm, the Saint King, and I want to drop in and right now just talking about his base kit. Like, how is the unit going to do for you when it is just dropping from the banner? Legendary Alm rolls as an infantry bow user, and he's pretty unique in that regard because he has such a high BST that he's actually competing with armor bow users like Halloween Jacob, and that is quite interesting because he's actually able to maintain the movement of an infantry unit of 2 spaces. So looking at his stats without boons and banes, he rolls with 40 HP, which is decent, nothing crazy, but he's a damage dealer primarily, so that's okay. He has 51 attack with his weapon, and yeah, he also comes with decent skills that we are going to address later. He has speed, his speed is 40, his speed is very good. I don't call it necessarily like top of the line, but it's up there, it's in the upper tier, and it's definitely very good. His bulk is respectable when it comes to defense, like 26 is okay. So if you merge him, he's going up to 30, and res is 22, like nothing crazy here. But yeah, in regards to his passive skills, this brat is pretty good in what he's doing. And let's take a look at these skills that he brings with him and just determine if they're good to fodder, if they're good to use on him, and yeah, what the heck are you going to do with this unit anyway? So starting with his weapon is called Lunar Arc. It's effective against flying foes and it grants speed +3, make a neutral alm reach 40 speed, which is like I said, really good, it's up there. And the crazy effect of the weapon is if unit initiates combat deals damage equal to 25% of foe's defense, ignores reductions to defense from special skills like Lunar Flash, which we're going to talk about in a second. But this is very scary because he's always dealing damage, like true damage of 25% of foe's defense. So this weapon is still going to be good even if Intelligent Systems decides, due to power creep, to introduce new heroes that have higher defense, higher BST, higher stats, better everything. This weapon scales with it, and that's why I think it's a very strong and scary weapon to come with. And yep, true damage is always good. Then looking at his special skill, he comes with the Lunar Flash, and Lunar Flash is pretty interesting because it treats foes' defense and res as if ignored by 20% during combat. Boosts damage also by 20% of unit speed, so Alm being very speedy benefits greatly from this special. And the special is also ignoring high defense and high res, but it's not really conflicting with the weapon because the weapon is having those sentence in like the last sentence ignores reduction to defense from special skills, so which makes it a pretty good combo to have on all. Then for passives we have Darting Blow 4, I mean it has the yellow border, it's a new skill, it's very good, gains you +9 speed. We have Null Follower Up 3, I mean this is a fantastic skill for Alm, but it's even a great skill when talking about fodder as well as Darting Blow. Like, this unit looks very good in all regards. Then we have Auto Attack Wave, which is still a very good skill. Like, wave skills are always sought after, even though they can be tricky because you do not have the buff When it comes to merges, you either want to go plus attack or plus speed, as Legendary Alm is an offensive damage dealing unit. So if you go with plus attack, he will reach on 0 merges, he will reach 54 attack, and if you go with plus speed, he will reach 43 speed. Personally, I like speed a little bit better here because his kit is just, all his skills and his base kit, they're so supportive to speed that it's natural to give him the speed asset here. If you consider to plus 10 Legendary Alm, I think a plus speed is the right way to go, because a plus speed asset will give him 47 speed at plus 10, which is crazy because that's 47 raw speed before any buffs, before passives activate. This is crazy, and it's paired up with a 55 stat in attack, which is nothing to laugh at offensively. So a plus 10 plus speed Legendary Alm is probably, at least for me, the scariest version of this unit possible. Well, I told myself when recording this video that I would not go too much into builds, because people like to build units differently, but there's usually one build that is pretty good to follow, even if you don't want to invest too much into the unit, and I think it's actually needed to provide you guys at least one build. It's nothing special, but that's because Legendary Alm has so good skills coming with him already that you don't need actually a lot of investment to make this unit good. And if you only have one Alm, I would definitely go with something like preferably plus speed minus res asset. Res is too low already to work on. And you can keep the weapon, keep the Luna Flash as special, because that's a super good combination. Yeah, movement skill, I put Rally, attack defense plus, just so he scores higher in arena. And Darting Blow 4 is good if you plan to plus 10 merge him, make him a merge project, save orbs. You can also go with attack speed solo, so he has the buffs every single encounter if he's alone. Null follow-up is pretty good, it comes with him naturally. You can also replace that by guard 3, I think that's also pretty nice. And then his odd attack wave is still very fantastic, but I opted to go with an attack tactic 3, just so he can be more supportive in arena. And yep, just I like to have the buffs every single turn. For seals though, I think Flashing Blade is quite required, because it just makes proccing Luna Flashes easier, and it just goes really well with his Stella High speed that he has, even if you do not have a lot of merges in it. The weapon alone gives plus 3 speed, and then Darting Blow makes offensive power better, and if you have attack speed solo, you have ways to buff his speed. So yeah, that's how I would build the unit. So let's go to the verdict. Is he worth using in arena? Is he worth using in Ether Raids? And should you actually summon for this unit? Factoring in all the pieces, I believe Alm is by no surprise to nobody an absolute beast when it comes to offense. He does his job very, very good in every single mode, be it PvE, be it arena, be it Ether Raids, and I will just have to pay my respects to this guy. If you do not have a bow unit already as a plus 10 merged, or like if you really want to have him as a primarily bow user, I would say go for him. If you have, however, all other bow units merged up, you might have a plus 10 bow user, I'd say he's not necessarily like needed, but he's a very good addition to your barracks. So you could always, if you like Legendary Alm, try to get him on a Legendary banner. When it comes to modes, PvE, I believe he's very, very good. I would rank him as a 9, and arena I would rank him also as a 9. He's not an armor unit, he's not a dragon, but he has a legendary effect that rates his BST as 170 on Earth Season. He puts in work, he can be supportive. If you give him another kit, he's very good in what he's doing, and he can be support, offense, or just pure damage dealer. For ether rates, he's also very good, especially on offense, I believe so. And he goes really good with infantry pulse unit because his HP is not that high, so he gets pulsed like frequently, and I think he's really good. The only problem I'm seeing is that infantry pulse teams in ether rate, they like to run mages as their primary damage dealers, so might be a little bit conflicting here between choosing between Alm or Ophelia on that. But you can still run everything in the same team if you are willing to sacrifice a little bit of bulk. So yeah, very good unit. I rate him as an overall 9 out of 10. Definitely worth using. So that was it for me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I plan to do more of that stuff, and yep. What do you think about Alm? Do you have Alm? How did you build him? Do you plan on +10 Alm? Do you plan to summon Alm if you do not have him already? Let me know in the comment section below. A like and maybe also subscribe would be highly appreciated for my work. And yep, have a nice day, ladies and fellas. It's me, Shaw. Roll the outro.
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help.